Okay, can you guys all hear me okay? Let's see in the chat box. Get an okay, a hooray, a woo-woo. Yay, okay. We will get started then. Feel free to put comments or, if it's a quick question and I don't get off topic, I'll answer it during the presentation. But otherwise, I'll save questions till the end. And I can stay on a little extra for those that want to stay on for the Q&A. All right, so welcome to our December presentation. I think I've been doing this since March or April. I think it was maybe beginning of summer or spring. So I enjoy doing them. It helps me stay up to date with what's going on with Avon so that I can teach my team and teach you guys. I also like to share my own tips and things that I've come across that have helped me in my business to hopefully help you guys be able to do the same. Ramona, no, don't worry, guys. I used to put my team, I used to make them suffer with the camera on them, and now I'm the only one on camera. So no, don't worry. Don't worry what you look like. We can't see you. All right, so team momentum is 632 reps strong. We are growing every week, so that is very exciting. We passed the 1 million marker, which was a huge goal for me this year. So congratulations to those of you who contributed. You contributed to $1 million business. And if you want to get there, I would love to help you as well. It has not come easily, and it has not come with little work. I have worked my tail off and, just analyzed myself, tried things, analyzed it, changed things. Being persistent and consistent has helped. I've learned a lot over my 8 years, and I still learn new things every week, every day. So the newer you are, make sure you're taking a lot of time to go through training and developing, because it's better to learn from someone else's mistakes than do them yourself. But, sometimes the best lessons are when we go through them ourselves. I think we will end at about 1.3 million for the year, with a increase of 642,700. So if you look at the percentages, that is a huge increase for the year. So I am very proud of our team, excited about our future, and I can't wait to help you all build something similar if that's what you desire. So our estimated 2016 increase will be 696,200. I do recognition for my team. So those of you that are not on my team, bear with me and use it to think about how you can recognize your own team members, how you could apply it to your business. So top 5 in team sales, we have Leslie, Cheryl, Kim, Tracy, Trisha. Top 5 team total reps, we have Leslie, Cheryl, Kim, Leticia, Tracy, and Trisha. We have several people with appointments in November. So Cheryl, Leslie, Ann, Kim, Chantel, Rachel, Kim, Amy, and Leticia, congratulations. Keep adding to your teams. I know that leadership can be frustrating because it's a lot of work and little payoff in the beginning, but I promise you it becomes worth it in the long run. I always share something personal about myself so you guys can get to know me. I like to share about my personal life and my Avon life. So many of you know my dad is in the hospital. He is slow. He's holding stable. He's not getting worse, but he did have to have dialysis today. We were hoping that didn't have to happen. So yes, this is my dad here. He's very tall, and I am not tall at all. So if you want to say a prayer for him, I would appreciate it. Those are my little kiddos, Josh and Ava. And we at the Seagren household are not going to be sick for the rest of the year. We had a really bad bout this time. It hit all of us. Over here is a giveaway that I do at my LABC every month. Just because I do it at the store doesn't mean you can't incorporate it into your own business. You could use it as a customer appreciation drawing and say, hey, I'm giving away this. A lot of times you can get a census set at $9.99 at 4-piece or 5-piece. And that's the customer cost. So it'd cost you less than $10. You get people's information so that you can market to them in the future through the mail or through phone calls or through email. So when you're coming across people, whether it's out selling or for recruiting, the idea is not necessarily to close the sale right then and there, but get as many people's contact information as you can collect so that you can continuously be marketing to them so that when they decide they want Avon, they come to you. It took me, I only recently started doing this probably 2 years ago. And I think between my web office and the email that the email campaigns that I just started setting up, I think I have almost 15,000 contacts. So if you think about that, I've gained the majority of those over the past 2 years. So can you imagine how many I would have if I would have done that from the very beginning? That's a lesson that my husband can say told you so to, because he's the one that always told me to do that. And I had to learn it myself that I wanted to do it. So way to go in campaign 24. We had 67,439 in total sales for the 2 weeks. We are the #2 leader team in the nation in campaign 24. And we are sitting at #7 leader team year to date. Got to keep moving the little chat box over here so I can see. Keeping up with Avon in the news, you'll see in the social media center that there are several features from magazines. These are always popular posts when I post these. So find those in the social media center and share them, because it is an outside source saying Avon is great. It's not an Avon representative and it's not Avon corporate. It's an outside source, a third party that is crediting the product. So that's why I think it works well. It's an outside opinion and it's usually positive. So we definitely want to share that with our customers. Especially when it's a new and the skincare products, you know, it helps give the product more credibility when it gets awards and is featured in magazines. Hey, Cheryl. I've been keeping Cheryl very busy. I have changed my strategy to make it to executive. I was at one time delegating all my leads to any leaders that were working them. And now I am going to work one-on-one with each leader as they grow. So I always experiment. I make changes. I do what I think is right at the time. So anyways, I'm keeping Cheryl very, very busy. Avon Prima is in the social media center. Take the time to learn about it. I just learned today by looking at the selling tips that the bottle is shaped like a ballerina's ballet shoe, the point shoe. So that was something new. I didn't realize that. Maybe you guys all already knew that, but 2027, I think you meant to say 2017. So take the time to go to Campaign Central and learn your products, share that information with your teams. Make sure that you are giving them the sales tools, pointing them in the right direction so that they're becoming knowledgeable on the products. To me, having knowledge and knowing your products, don't get intimidated. There are a lot out there, but if you learn 3 per campaign, slowly you'll start to be able to recommend a lot of different products. One of my new reps asked me how she knows what product to recommend. And what I recommend is to go to, there we go, 2017. Go to your e-store. If you go in your search box, you can type in a problem. So dark circles, under eye bags, you can type in an ingredient. So say you wanted to look for something that you wanted to see if we had a product with collagen. You could type in an ingredient. Or you can type in different products. So use Avon.com and your e-store as a source to be able to recommend products. Also use your skincare advisor. Don't be scared to use that with your customers so you guys walk through the questionnaire together. We have the Sparkle Like a Boss incentive. I'm going to go over that in the next slide, but you have the opportunity to earn this Avon necklace and the Beauty Boss necklace by meeting certain sales goals. We have an Avon Direct Delivery iPad Air 2 sweepstakes, and that is only for reps in their first 6 campaigns. And then we have our risk-free sample challenge. So your reps or you can purchase 85 samples for $8.99. If you do not make that back in, I think it's 3 campaigns, Avon will refund you for those samples. So invest in your business. Samples sell, especially with fragrance. Lipstick it's good with too. People are very particular about their lipstick. I learned this working at the LABC. They don't want too purple, they don't want too blue, they don't want shimmer, they don't want this. So anyways, take my advice that you want to buy samples so that they don't have to return products to you. Sparkle Like a Boss. So here we go. Here are the sales goals. Level 1, so contender means that you are not President's Club or higher. So your goals are different than those who are in President's Club. So you meet level 1, you get the Avon necklace. Level 2, you get the Beauty Boss necklace. So that's for campaigns 1 through 3. And let's see here, they give the sizes. And so if you have not yet achieved President's Club, you are going through the incentive as a contender. So Jessica, just a side note, you have people that are saying they're interested in selling and then ignore you. I say keep on recruiting, move on to other people. I have always been a big fan of pulling people towards me to find me to sign up with instead of trying to push it on people. I think people will stay longer when you attract people who are looking for the opportunity. So find new ways to reach out to people and build your network so that you have more people to contact. So here's the iPad Air sweepstakes, November 18th to December 16th. So you get, if you are a new rep up to 6 campaigns in, you get 1 entry for every $25 in e-store orders. So if you are a leader, if you are in leadership, that is one way that you can be reaching out to your team. Check out that report in Downline Manager or Vibe, and congratulate those who already have entries. They may not know that they have achieved this unless you let them know. So I know a lot of things go on with Avon. Some people don't check their email, they don't listen to messages or go to meetings. So maybe a quick call or a quick text saying, congratulations, you're entered to win an iPad Air. Maybe that would excite them. So keep up to date on those. I need to get back in the swing of recognition with life happening. I kind of got out of it, and I need to get back in because I truly feel that's the best way that you can find growth within your team, is to appreciate and recognize those who are doing good things. So here's the deal with the samples. Avon's tips to you are to attach it to the brochure. You can staple it right to the page or on the front. I like to put stuff on the front of the brochure because that way they see it first thing instead of having to turn it over and look for your information. The simpler you make it for customers to buy from you, online and in person, the more likely they will. So make it easy and fun, and make it a great experience for them. So with my upper respiratory infection, I've been taking like Sudafed and Dayquil. So if you see me taking drinks of water, that's why. Okay, so staple it to your book. Make sure you write down what sample you give to each customer, and then follow up with them. People are busy, they get sidetracked, they're not thinking about the Avon sample they received 2 days ago. So it may just take a phone call to say, hey, I was just wondering how you liked the sample I gave you. You know, don't get too caught up in a script or saying the perfect thing. I think the best way you can be a good salesperson and provide good customer service is by being genuine and being real. People don't want you to talk to them like they're a computer. I got a call the other day, and it was for a breast cancer charity, which I told them I already donated through Avon, and she just kept like reading on like she was a robot. And you know, people don't appreciate that. I could completely tell that she was just trying to go through this script, and I would have rather her been a real person and talk to me instead of trying to plow me over with her script. All right, so double dollars on Prima. If you're new to Avon, double dollars means that you get double the award sales. It doesn't mean you make double, unfortunately, but it can help you get to higher sales levels. So it's on all makeup, fragrance, bath and body, and skincare. You will see a note on your invoice that says this invoice includes so-and-so amount of double dollars, okay? So they're giving us a little extra boost. You know, I made Inner Circle for the first time last year ever. I'm not gonna make it this year, but it's okay. You know, we go through ups and downs in life and in business, but we just keep going. We keep being motivated and believing in ourselves, and eventually it all pays off, I promise. So we still have the Kickstart program going on. Be sure to use that when you're recruiting. I have noticed, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the Alma leads have not been as great lately. I don't know if there's different sources that Avon is using, but I have not had as many self-appointments lately as normal. So just more the reason that you want to be making sure that you are also recruiting traditionally, whether it's through face-to-face or you're recruiting online. Well, Mariana, see, we have something to work towards for next year then. We can't always make our own goals, and that's okay. We need to be nice and be a cheerleader for ourselves, not beat ourselves up when we don't meet all the goals we want to. There's always room for improvement. All right, so I think everyone is pretty familiar with the Kickstart program. We still have the daily care collection going on, and you can find that information on that new reps are seeing in your mentor tools. There's also a schedule in there. I noticed that they tell you, because I saw all these templates of emails that you can send to new reps, and I was like, well, how do I know what Avon's sending? I don't know if they're sending them these. There's a schedule that recommends what you send to your new reps, and it tells you when Avon sends them other communications. So if you want, you can follow that schedule, write it down in your planner. Sometimes it's nice just to see a to-do list and not have to think about it. So that is in those mentor tools, I believe. The All Aboard incentive, I can't believe it's going to be coming to a close pretty soon already, but no worries, we still have all of December to get through. Take advantage of this. You can earn $355 for each recruit. Last campaign, I had 14 people, so I earned like an extra almost $300, so that was definitely worth it. So hopefully those keep building as we go through. When you're tracking for those, so what I do is with the All Aboard with Onboarding, every week I have been printing out my Kickstart report. I am no longer taking the time to see which kit they purchased, because that was just kind of my curiosity, and I wasn't really using that information. So anyways, I use that report. I go through, we email them if they still have an amount to reach by a certain date. And I like to say the day before, because I think the date that Avon gives, if they place it too late in the day, it doesn't count for the right campaign. So better be safe than sorry. Go through your Kickstart report list and email your team members and text them. I have been texting. I have Sprint, and I've been doing that from the website, and it's been a lot easier than using my cell phone. All right, Cheryl's leaving us. Mariana's earned 60 bucks already in the All Aboard, so always nice to have extra bonus money. So make sure as a leader that you are following up on these incentives and continuously reminding your team members what they are going for, because sometimes those incentives last so long that we kind of forget about them. So keeping your team tracking is really important there. So here's just an example of what I'd send out in an email to one of my team members. And you guys, I always post this presentation as a handout in Makeup Marketing Online. So those of you that print it out ahead of time can take notes. If you see information that you want to use, you can go back and print that out so you have a hard copy. Okay, so here is my text from the Sprint website, and I gotta tell you, it's a huge time saver instead of sitting there and one finger pressing all the conversation. And what you can do is at least through Sprint, you can send it to multiple people and it won't start a thread as a group. It goes out to each one individually. So texting might be a really good way to get in touch with your team members. I have found a lot of mine prefer to text than talk on the phone. So what I like to do is communicate with my team in the way that they choose to communicate. When my phone was buzzing this morning at 6 a.m., you know, I may have thought differently, but it's okay. So we go in there and we answer texts, and we can send them a lot faster. I can get through everyone on that report. Mine's like 6 or 7 pages long in a couple of hours, where texting on the phone would take me way longer. So we still have the Rise Up incentive. Congratulations to anyone that has earned that. I am still hoping and encouraging that my team or myself will earn one of those. So that goes through campaign 6. I tried to find out if you had to title or maintain by the end of campaign 6, but I didn't see that in any of the wording. So maybe I missed it, but I'm not sure if you have to advance in title by campaign 6 or you have to do the whole thing by campaign 6. So what it is moving to one of these titles for the first time ever, and then you have to maintain it for 3 campaigns. So, you know, that's the downside of leadership. Not a lot of people tell you that it's hard to recruit, and then it's even harder to get someone to be successful. A lot of people just look at the recruiting part and then get discouraged when their team does not place an order or doesn't do what they want them to. It's part of leadership. It just is. All right, Josie got one. Yay! I'm excited for you. Those are good bonuses right there. So all of us in leadership know that that is just part of the game, that you got to recruit 4 times as many because about 1 in 4 will stick with it and be successful. Debbie got one. Yay! There's people out there earning these big bonuses, you guys, so you can do it too. Yeah, so you have to title and then maintain for an additional 3. So that would be for a total of 4. Yes. Sorry if I mixed that up. So I like to show you my paycheck from leadership, because there were many days where I was getting a $12 paycheck and I had 10 team members and it would keep dropping and dropping and dropping. And then like 5 years into the business, that's when I really realized I had a passion for recruiting and leadership. So it's never too late. I believe that leadership is very financially rewarding, as well as, you know, emotionally. I've met some really good friends just through recruiting, and my team members, we've become really good friends. So never say never, and don't give up hope. In 1 year's time, my paycheck went from $983 to $2712. So the money is there, and you don't quite see it until you get to about leader. So keep on trucking. Sales tools to use with your teams. We still have the holiday selling guide. What's new brochures are posted through campaign 5. I post those on my Makeup Marketers website. You're welcome to look at them there. I always find it helpful because it's hard to find those without going into your Avon and pretending like you're placing an order. Sometimes it's easier to look at it outside of there. Campaign 26 Central video has Prima, Perfectly Matte Lipstick, and Pure Elegance watch. So if nothing else, take the time to watch your Campaign Central video and learn about those 3 products. So as a minimum, that's your homework for sales. The more you know about the products, the more you know about Avon, the more confident you can be in selling to your customers. You can preview campaigns 1 and 2 right now, and be sure to keep up with Avon on all the different social media sites and Avon in the news. So not only do you have the social media center and your e-store as options for content, but you also have all these different social media websites that Avon's posting on that you can use as well. If you don't feel like being creative, if you don't have time to be creative, share what Avon is putting out there and put your website on there. Some of it is just about being diligent and scheduling and doing it over and over and over. So those days where I'm feeling blah, I still go through my routines because the positive results is what will keep me excited and happy. All right, Ramona likes homework, so that's good. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but there is now a recruiting pop-up box when your customers are browsing online. One thing that you can use it for, if you ever forget the link that you need to share to have someone sign up on your team, you could come to your e-store, hover over this, right-click, and say copy URL address or link address, and that'll tell you how to take people to the contract to sign up under you. So this is a good thing. It does have your reference code in it, so no worries. The lead is going right back to you. And I think it's smart. You know, I always encourage my team to build sales and leadership and online. So the more revenue you have coming in from your Avon business, the steadier a foundation you will build, the more you can invest back into your business to build it big. So find the style that you like for recruiting, find your technique for sales. It's not going to be the same for everyone. All right, so Margarita is talking about the seed is planted early for us while they're shopping. Yes, so like I said, I encourage my team to always be building in those 3 areas. But I also, when I reach out to my audience who I'm trying to sell to or I'm trying to recruit, I try to always put the opportunity to sign up in there because it's the same audience. Obviously, if I'm sending an email to you guys, I'm not going to put a link in there for recruiting. But if I am sending out a deal of the day or an online special, I think it makes sense to make it easy for them to sign up on my team if they want to become a rep. So buy and sell. Think about that when you're marketing your business, when you're helping your team, training your team. Make sure you're always teaching, selling, and recruiting. The more you get in a habit of doing it together, the more natural it will become. So I just had my best month ever online, almost 9,200 in online sales. I can't believe it. My LABC did about almost the same. It did a little bit better, but it's pretty crazy that my online business has built to that level. So one of the ways that I lure people into my Avon e-store is by always sharing the coupon codes, the free gift with offer. Make sure that you are marketing the deals that Avon is. Once someone shops with you online, they are attached to you. So going forward, they won't have to do anything extra to give you credit. So the more customers that you have coming in, making purchases, the more you will build a customer loyalty base that you can continuously market to and build those online sales. one thing that I have noticed with online sales, which reminds me of leadership, is someday when I retire, a long time down the road, without me doing anything, that leadership check, I'll have to maintain my personal sales, but that leadership check will still be coming in, and the online sales will still be going. So that's something to think about when you're frustrated and think that online sales are hard. But when you do retire, they will keep going. And that's something that the traditional business will not do. So think of it that way. Use these special offers to get people to shop on your websites. They can only use one coupon code at a time. A lot of times I promote putting the current brochure on your e-store, but with all these online deals, I have switched it to the main marketing offer. And I think it has helped. So, marketing is all about trying different things, changing things, keeping what works, but always trying to improve what you're doing. And that's what I like about it. That's what's challenging about it. But I have found that using the deals to help your customer gain something in addition to shopping with you really works. So a lot of times I put the current brochure on the side of my blog here, but I am going to commit to updating this every single day through the 12 days of the deals. So that's another thing with this online thing. It goes fast. You have to be in communication almost instantly or you miss it. So just think about that when you are committing to something that you want to add to your marketing schedule, that you have the time to keep it up to date and fresh. So I thought this was great because they'll click on this and it'll take them right to my e-store. So this is right up here it's called Mail Munch. And so what I did, because I was thinking that I wanted to do marketing to my Alma leads. So, for a long time I was buying Alma leads and delegating them. But then I learned the hard way that I can never access that lead's information again. So even though I've delegated it to my leader to try and close it, I may be letting that slip through the cracks by not continuously marketing to them. So I wanted to build an email list to potential recruits and an email list to Avon representatives for things like this with makeup marketing. So I have this little sign up on my blogs, and it's already gotten a lot of people just entering their information that they want to sign up for my newsletter. So, when this is another case of making sure you're capturing information. So, people that visit my website and don't make a purchase, I may never know they're there, but they may take the time to go in here and enter their email, and they're giving me permission to continuously do marketing to them. So you can do that. So I decided to do an email service outside of what Avon offers because I do want to market to those different groups. But if you don't want to spend the extra money and it doesn't make sense to do an outside program, I do recommend having your automated email program turned on, making sure your team members have that turned on. When you collect email addresses, you need to add them to your web office. So like I said, I really didn't collect information till just recently. Between the two sources, I have over 15,000 contacts. I can't imagine how many I would have if I did that from the beginning for 8 years. Something that I've added, I normally thank my online customers by mailing them out the next 2 catalogs through campaign mailer. But I also decided it'd be a nice touch to send them a little thank you email. So, you know, a lot of people struggle getting sales. So there's the hard part of finding out how you like to sell as an Avon rep. And then there's the part of servicing the customer. So a lot of you having loyal customers is about building that relationship. So they feel loyal to you, that they want to continuously shop through you. So a lot of that is just, you know, using your manners, saying thank you, and helping them when they're having trouble with a customer service issue. So what can you do to keep your customers happy and also gain more? So we don't want to just ignore people that only order from us every couple months. We want to get into a routine so that we are marketing to them in the times on their buying schedule. So think about simple things that you could do to make your customers more happy and hopefully get you more sales. So I think it's important to ask people if they want samples instead of just dumping them, because that way you're not going to waste your money if they don't want it. So this way I said, thank you for ordering from me. Let me know if there's any samples that I could send you to try out. All right, so this is my list. So I uploaded contacts that I've collected over the years from my store and from events. And, you know, I have a lot of lists that I've collected over the years. And then this 443, that's people signing up on that mail munch right at the top of my blog. So I just started doing constant contact November 7th, and I already have almost 500 people that have signed up to get my newsletter. So again, think about your network, whether it's in person or online. How can you build it and how can you grow it? You don't want to keep saying the same message to the same people or you're going to get the same results. Let's see, I'm a little early tonight. I haven't been early before. So maybe I'll walk you through some of the things that we talked about. On youravon.com, you can find local sales meetings. You guys are all welcome to attend my rep update. I do two webinars a month. One is for leadership, so I try to focus more on recruiting and leadership, and the regular one is more sales focused. So I haven't built much content lately. I feel bad because I really enjoy doing those, but my personal life has taken control, and I will come out with new content eventually. No meetings in your area, that stinks. But at least we have Facebook, so we can all keep in touch and we can keep current. So here I have different Facebook groups that you can join, and then different YouTube channels. I'll walk you through, maybe I'll walk you through some of my recruiting tips since we have some extra time here. If you guys have questions that you want to ask, feel free to type them in the chat box. All right, well, you guys aren't asking any questions, so I'll just go. So this blog is focused on recruiting. If you want to be successful in leadership, it's important that you don't just fully rely on Avon for leads. It's important to be building your own leads and teaching your team how to recruit as well. how to market online without using the Avon logo. So I would, you know, you're allowed to use Avon's marketing images, and if you use them from the social media center, those are all approved to use. So, you know, sometimes sharing a photo on social media will get a bigger reach than sharing a link. So what you can do is, and this is what I've done too to get the images, is you go into your social media center. You can click on the Pinterest. You can click on the Pinterest image, and then you can save that image to your computer so that you can upload it on social media as a photo, and then include the link in your description. Okay, you guys had a couple here, so let me try to catch up. A new rep, what's my best advice? First of all, try to build all the areas of your business. Hopefully you have a strong leader that can help you as far as recruiting goes, or a good district manager that can help you. The more you build in the different areas right from the start, the easier it will be for you, and the more money you will make because you're bringing in money from different areas of your business. And then I also recommend taking a lot of time training in the beginning. There's a lot of Avon reps out there that share what they do and their tips. You know, maybe something that works for me is not going to work for you, but you got to keep trying different things until you figure out what works. I sucked at Avon for a year. I almost gave up. I had one customer after a year, and I was trying my hardest and you know, almost failed and almost gave up, and I didn't, and here I am. So you gotta be able to stand back up when someone tells you no, or when you fall on your face. You got to be willing to get back up and keep going. If you want it bad enough, you can be successful. Copy of the presentation. Yeah, I don't know if I can attach. I don't know if I can attach a file in my follow-up email, but I will. I can upload it, and hopefully I'll provide it to you through the email. Otherwise, if you're in Makeup Marketing Online, I did post it in there. Has knocking on doors worked for anyone? Yes, because that's definitely the way that Avon traditionally was. I can tell you in my I don't live in a rough neighborhood, but we do have a lot of crime in our city. I live in Rockford, and I don't think a lot of people want strangers coming up and ringing their doorbell. So what I would recommend is work in handing out books as you're at the grocery store, as you're at the bank. Take the time to go into the gas station and pay. Try to build relationships that way. Handing it to people that you're coming across instead of going door to door. Also, if you want to go door to door, I would recommend going to office buildings, or if you're taking your kid to the dentist or the doctor, try to get into offices, because there's usually groups of people that will order there. Retirement communities. I know my grandma lives in an assisted living. It's got like 4 floors and it's all indoor. Call those places, see if you could come and set up a table once a week, or come and hand out books. So think about creative ways to get in front of a lot of people. Is it called Constant Contact? Yes. Constant Contact it's not on my website. So I mentioned campaign mailer. which is the service I use to mail catalogs. And then I mentioned Constant Contact, which is the email program that I use. I would recommend sticking with the Avon automated email program unless you want to do different offers, unless it's a different customer base that you want to reach out to. All right, so let me go into the social media center. Do you stay local on your giveaways? So we let anyone fill out the form. We ask them if they want to get the catalog in the mail, and I do mail out to my store customers the catalog every month, but I only email them, you know, after the month they visit, because my list is too long that I can't afford to mail out to all my customers. So I let anyone sign up for that. They all get added into my customer web office book, so I'm marketing to them online. So if they are out of town, they can still buy from me. How do you come up with your traditional leads? So mine are mostly through my blog and through social media. I gotta be honest, just the past the past couple weeks, they haven't been great. They haven't been converting. So I don't know if people don't have the money right now to sign up. Cheryl is like a power recruiter. She's like on them, like right when she gets them. She calls them, she emails them, she texts them. And she shared my frustration that a lot of them weren't converting. So I don't know if it's the time of year, but you're not alone. The recruiting lately has been more difficult than it has in the past. What I have found is tax return time is a great time other than Christmas. So that's usually my other most successful time of the year. So watch in March and April, and you might want to spend more money on marketing and recruiting in those months. All right, a lady who ordered 18 wants to deliver it to her. She's a city and a half away. That would have to be a personal preference for you. What I would do is offer to place the order for her on your e-store so that it delivers directly to her, but she doesn't have to deal with the online ordering process if that's what's scaring her away. I would not drive that far to deliver one $18 order. That's just me. Thanks. Helps to hear that. Oh, yes, I did not. I do not have a strong leader. I learned how to do all the online marketing myself, just by experimenting and tweaking. Okay, let me show you real quick. So if you want to get these images, so I like to save them. Maybe this will help you guys. I'll show you. So I come up with folders every campaign. So Avon sales, I'll come up with images so that when I save them to use them in my own marketing, I can share them with my team. So here's a bunch of different images so far for campaign 26. I also have a folder just called Boss Life. So that's all recruiting images. Let me show you that. So these are all images, mostly that I've taken from the social media center, but I have copies of the images so that I can include them in my blogs or in my social media marketing. Okay, so what I do is I come in here, I click the Pinterest button. And then it's kind of a long ways to get the image, but at least you get it yourself. So I choose, it may not work well with me running all these programs. what I do is I pin it to one of my boards, and then there's an option where you can save it to your computer. Okay, so let me do this real quick. So let's say I put it to one of my boards about selling Avon. And then I want to see it now. So now I've created a pin on Pinterest for those of you who are not familiar with Pinterest. And if the image comes up, let's see, do I right click? Okay, yeah, so I right click over it and I can say save image as, and then I save it to my computer. So it's a long ways to go to get an image, but if you get in a routine of collecting a bunch all at one time, it helps to get the images that way. Okay, so how do you draw people to your blogs if you can't use Avon in the name? So it's okay to use Avon in your blog article titles. So you can see here, let's go to sign up to sell Avon. It's not okay to have a website that is like emily'savon.com. They don't want Avon to be before the .com. If you have a blog where it's like emily'savon.blogspot.com, I think that's okay. They just don't want you to purchase a domain with the name Avon in it. Let's see. Hard to leave the house because I take care of my parents. So I would try to be creative. I spend a lot of my time online now, but I spent a long time working out with customers. So try to, you know, find people that are interested in Avon. So maybe it's building your list of familiar people that you know, asking them if they want a catalog. So use your phone, use the internet, use tools to try and find new customers. And then you could spend less time servicing them. Or if you want to build an online business, you know, that's an option as well. It does take longer time and it was harder for me, but I was learning it all myself. I didn't have someone that guided me to show me what to do. So I have a lot of tips and everything out there now. I would take the time to learn and then try to be more effective when you have work time. How do you create a newsletter and get people to follow you? So all right, so let me go to, as a leader, that's something that I have been very consistent about, is doing a newsletter. I may not be very good about getting it out to my team every campaign, but I do post it online so they can see how they're doing. Now that the email process is a lot easier, through Vibe, I can get better at that. So here, you know, here's my blog. Here's somewhere where people can subscribe. So when I write new articles, they're getting a notification that way. I share the articles on social media, so I'm drawing people in that way. I have social media tools on each article so that people can share them with their networks. When I send out an email to my team or to other Avon reps, I list all of my social media profiles so that they can follow me. So it's, you know, it's partially about marketing yourself and partially about building content that draws people in. Yes, Google AdWords is not allowed. That is for sure true. Okay, so creating the newsletter. I create it through my blog, and then I'll also create an email about it when I do send it out to my team. So I create it electronically. You could also do that through an email program. I chose not to communicate with my downline outside of Vibe because it changes so frequently. People dropping off every campaign, people adding. You want to make sure that you can manage your lists so that your information stays accurate. You know, before you start doing a new initiative online, make sure you're committing to it and have the time to keep it up to date. So here is my campaign 23 newsletter. I talk about how we did in sales. I always recognize team members that advance in title. I talk about President's Club and building a team. I give tips and sales tools, and then I recognize our top 15 and new Avon reps. So every campaign I do a sales newsletter, and then I also do a leadership newsletter. We're local meetings on our Avon site. So right when you log in, and don't take people unsubscribing personally, because you'll get discouraged. You know, it's people's own prerogative if they want to get your information or not. Just because they unsubscribe doesn't mean that they hate you or they have something against you. Think about other brands and other stores out there. When people unsubscribe, that's not taken personally by the company. So building an online business is about being okay with negative feedback. It's hard to accept sometimes. It bothers me still, but I'm getting better at being okay with thumbs down and people not liking me. So don't take it personally. If you want to expose yourself online, it's going to happen. There's going to be people out there that don't like what you have to share. Okay, so I logged in. This is my welcome page, and holiday headquarters is where there's a lot of helpful information, and it has been updated with the new incentives going on. If you scroll, here's where all the 12 days of deals, direct delivery offers for us, and then down here is sales meeting. Real quick, I'll show you what I like to include in a recruiting post, since this is our leadership call. So let's see, sell Avon. So when you're creating a blog post, trying to recruit someone, you want to think like your audience. So you have to think about the types of questions someone would be asking. What did you research before you signed up to sell Avon? Maybe you didn't research, maybe you wish you did. You know, just think about those questions that people would be asking if they're gonna sign up. You can also use the search engines to kind of give you ideas. So let's say I want to write an article about selling Avon. And just so you know, the more generic you make it, the harder it's going to be place on the search engines. So sell Avon is going to be a really hard keyword to place really well for, because there's going to be a lot of competition. So what you might want to do is the search yourself, and then look, like here's some questions that people ask. Here's searches related to, so you could always look there. You can click on those, find searches related to those. So there's all different kinds of ideas you can get from actually doing the search yourself. If you do the search and you can see how many people are competing, this is the number of results for this specific keyword. You can find ideas up here. So I like to put my keywords in the title of the article, in the headers, and I like to include a nice picture and an image, and I also name that what my keyword is. I make it clickable so that someone can go right to the opportunity page to sign up with me. I like to put a link right in the beginning of the article in case someone has already decided, hey, I want to sign up. And then I tell them more information. And then at the end, I always include this so that it tells them how to sign up. Click here to become an Avon rep. Again, like I said, with buying, the more simple you make it for people to sign up. So you want to write to your audience, but you also want to write so that you end up well in search engines. But more importantly, it's better to write towards your audience. But you want to make it easy for them to sign up. So right at the beginning, right at the end, in the middle, I answer questions that they might be asking. People always want to know about money. That's the biggest question. How much can you make? How much does it cost? How much do you have to invest? How do you sell online? How do you get paid? Just think through all those questions that someone that might be researching the opportunity is asking, and answer those questions in an article. And you want to share it continuously. So those of you that follow me and have listened to me a lot know that I always talk about buffer. That is how I schedule my social media posts. So what I do is write articles, and then I'll use social media to get those articles out there to draw people in. No, you cannot sign people up for free. That is not allowed. And I am not Avon legal, so you have to use your own discretion when you're asking me these questions, because those rules and regulations are there. I am not the owner of them. I cannot give you permission to do anything against there, and I'm not an expert on those. So anyhow, here is buffer, and I share sales posts, and then I also share recruiting posts. So here I have my customer Facebook page, so I'll schedule that, and LinkedIn at the same time so that I don't have to do double work. And then I try not to get too far ahead. I want to keep the offers current and valid, so I don't like to plan it too far out. And then I also repeat. So I'll look at what worked and rebuffer it. So that's a huge benefit, being able to see stats and see what is most effective, and being able to just schedule it again, because you want to keep marketing, because those aren't going to always reach the same people. All right. Well, I think I covered a wide span of information tonight. I hope you guys found it helpful. I will, if you have any other questions, you can ask them in Makeup Marketing Online. I will try to include the handout with your follow-up email. I also post this on YouTube, so I'll include that link for you. Thank you so much for joining me and being a part of our webinar, and I wish you guys lots of holiday sales and recruiting. Stay positive, plow through your struggles. You can make it. Keep believing in yourself. That's half the battle. And fight for your success. All right. Have a good night. Thank you.